We have a lot of big Tesla stock breaking news today, including Giga Berlin shutting down their factory for 5 days, a new hit piece out on CNBC about Tesla and NVIDIA GPUs. We also have a very strong end of May for Chinese insurance vehicle registration numbers out of China. We also had some data that came out this morning, weaker than expected. This actually had an adverse effect on our markets. Stocks actually fell today, and that has me a little concerned, and we'll talk about that in this video as well. But first, before we get into all of that information, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. First things first, let's get into this hit piece over on CNBC today, in which Elon Musk actually responded to and provided some clarity. This is the main piece on CNBC. Elon Musk ordered NVIDIA to ship thousands of AI chips reserved for Tesla to X and XAI. Here are the key points. Emails circulated inside NVIDIA and obtained by CNBC show that Elon Musk told the chip maker to prioritize shipments of processors to X and XAI instead of Tesla. Musk has said he can grow Tesla into a major player in artificial intelligence and that the company is spending heavily on NVIDIA's AI processors. By ordering NVIDIA to let X jump the line ahead of Tesla, Musk delayed the automaker's receipt of over 500 million in processors by months. So that article kind of reads like Elon doesn't care about Tesla. Elon doesn't want Tesla's AI endeavors to push forward, and that's just not true. That is why I call it a hit piece, and Elon Musk has commented on just this. Elon said Tesla had no place to send the NVIDIA chips to turn them on, and they would have just sat in a warehouse. The south extension of Giga Texas is almost complete. This will house 50,000 H100s for FSD training. Hence, this was just a hit piece. And when you actually understand why Elon wanted to postpone the deliveries of H100s, well, it actually makes a great business choice for Tesla. And that is why I do not try to put on this misrepresentation that I know what's best for Tesla or the next guy knows what's best for Tesla. Elon and the Tesla team know what's best for Tesla, and I trust their judgment to do things to add shareholder value, not destroy it. Which, keeping up with AI and FSD, that is to your benefit. That is for the shareholder value creation, at least down the line, even if it's not fully appreciated today. And I don't think Elon Musk would have made that decision to put Tesla behind and XAI and X ahead. So like 99% of these hit pieces, they're just not even true. Or they're put in the wrong context to make it seem like it's a bad thing, which this was actually a good business decision yet again. Next up, Tesla will stop production at Giga Berlin for 5 days in June to improve processes in the factory, a spokesperson said on Tuesday. This is another one of those things where a lot of Wall Street thinks they know what's best for Tesla, that they shouldn't, cancel, manufacturing at the factory for 5 days, when in all reality, this is probably going to be a massive improvement that they are doing over this 5-day period to either reduce cost or improve efficiency, which is kind of like, reducing cost, and to maybe even produce more vehicles. And again, it's one of those things where you just have to trust the management team of Tesla to make the best decision. They could shut down Giga Berlin indefinitely, and I would say they're probably doing that for the right reason, right? Like, who are we to try to tell Tesla what's the right thing to do? So I've heard a couple different individuals speak how this could be negative, and well, maybe that's true, but what's the positive to it as well? Tesla China also just ended the month of May on a strong note with 15,200 new vehicle registrations. So all of those images and stories we're hearing about Tesla showrooms in China being fully packed with cars and owners registering their vehicles, taking delivery of their vehicles, it seems to actually be now getting reflected in the data. And this is another strong sign to say Q2 is probably going to be a surprise to the upside. This actually beats last year's number for this same week when you came in at 14,500 vehicles that were insured over in China. And this definitely smokes 2022's number where you had about 9,800 vehicles that were registered in that same week. Tesla is launching a free promotion of paint options in Thailand. This applies to both Model 3 and Model Y vehicles that must be delivered by June 28th. Tesla Korea has also launched inventory discounts for the Model 3 long-range vehicles. They also offer discounts with free vehicle paint options. According to additional data, the Model Y even has a lower complaint rate than the Model 3. This means that only 3.6 Teslas out of 10,000 units sold have received complaints from owners. I mean, that's just outright impressive. Tesla China officially sold 72,573 vehicles in the month of May. January through May of 2023, Tesla sold about 382,859 vehicles. You are down about 25,000 or so, down to about 355,616 for the same period in 2024. So production's down a little bit. Really not a big deal because inventories are higher. So maybe you are getting more of an inventory rundown, and that would be positive for Tesla's earnings. South Korea reported 4,163 Tesla sales for May, 15% of which were the Model Y and 85% were the Model 3. This was the fourth best month ever, and up 142% versus last month. Ireland reported 237 Tesla sales and 3.7% market share for May. Switzerland reported 521 Tesla sales and 2.5% market share for May. Denmark reported 1,066 Tesla sales and 7.3% market share for May. Belgium reported 1,261 Tesla sales and 3.2% market share for May. Sentiment over on StockTwits for Tesla today is bearish at 32. Yesterday it was bearish at 33, so a little bit more bearish today than yesterday. Message volume is normal at 52, which is better than yesterday's normal of 45. And the participation ratio today is at 55, which is in line with what we've seen for a couple of weeks now. Option activity so far today is pretty neutral for Tesla, and these are option orders by big money. You have seen 6 orders totaling $1.1 million with a positive order value of 56%. You are continuing to see a lot of those deep in the money puts that are being bought today, but you are also seeing more speculative trades in nature as well, like this December 19th, 2025, $450 call worth $112,000. Or this one, a January 17th, 2025, which is not that long away, not that far away. 215 call worth $225,000. There are other larger ones as well, but still a lot of those puts. Short interest of free flow currently still sitting at multi-year highs at 3.79%. You have $18.52 billion currently in short positions with 105.07 million shares that are currently sold short. Tesla has released a new paid advertisement that says time is running out to protect your investment. Even Tesla knows that if the shareholder approval does not come for Elon's comp package, Tesla's stock is going to fall big time. Nissan has begun demonstrations of a prototype Nissan Leaf equipped with autonomous driving technology. The company aims to launch robotaxis by 2027. The prototype has 14 cameras, 10 radars, and 6 LiDAR sensors. I mean, I could make a whole video about why these kind of programs are doomed, but long story short, there's too many variables to account for with LiDAR, sensors, and code. You have to have the actual system trained like a human driver to make the best decision possible, or it's just not going to be as safe. Driving into wet concrete, for an example, like cruise vehicles did, or not, aiding far enough over for emergency vehicles, or mistaking a puddle of water for something that is impassable. These are all issues you have seen so far with vehicles that are equipped with LiDAR and radar and similar technology is what you're seeing with Nissan. I do think it's interesting that they gave a target for 2027, whereas Tesla even, which is in the lead by far, at least here in the US for autonomous driving capabilities, has not given out a target for robotaxis yet. I think that target is probably coming on August 8th. Google Trends data for the Tesla lineup remains strong, but is starting to fall off a little bit. The Cybertruck is at 63, which is still just crazy for the Cybertruck. You do have the Model Y at 30, the Model 3 at 22, the Model S at 10, and the Model X at 8. Google Trends data for full self-driving also remains strong today at 21, which is higher than where you used to trend in the low to mid-teens on a good day prior to the free trial of FSD. Now let's talk about what happened in the markets today that has me a little bit concerned. I'm only going to touch on this, and we'll talk about it more in the video that comes out at 8 p.m. tonight. You definitely do not want to miss it. But I guess long story short, Jolt's job openings came in at 8.059 million. The estimate was around 8.4 million, and last month you were revised down from 8.48 million down to 8.35 million. So what happened is you essentially missed by about 300,000 job openings. Now, again, I think this is the easiest way to understand it. If you own a business right now and you're looking to hire 10 employees, you're probably doing great, okay? Otherwise, you probably wouldn't want to hire 10 employees. If you cut that back to 5 employees, you're probably doing okay, but you're not doing as good as you presumably are if you are looking to hire twice as many employees, right? So the more employees you're looking to hire, the better your business is likely doing, the better the economy is likely doing. That's the easiest way to look at it. So when you drop 300,000 jobs lower than what we thought, you gotta ask, maybe things are not as good as we thought. Now, previously, over the past 2-3 years, anytime we have gotten a bad JOLTS number, a bad jobs number, or maybe not bad, but slightly weaker than what we were expecting, it was seen as a positive for the markets. Well, that's not what happened today. In fact, you have a sell-off across the board, especially in the one sector that should benefit most from this. And that's what's even more concerning. The Russell 2000 is down 1.3% today. The NASDAQ is down 0.25%, and the S&P is down 0.25%, and the Dow is barely positive. Take a look though. The VIX is up 4.3% today. 10-year Treasury yields are also falling 8 basis points, down to 4.32%. The odds of the first Fed rate cut in July is also rising as well, from 15.5% yesterday to 19.3%. Last week, you had a 12.2% chance of a cut, the first cut, coming July 31st, and today it's almost 20%. So the odds of cuts coming sooner are rising, but stocks are selling off. So what does that mean? That actually means investors are becoming more concerned about the possibility of a recession. So it appears like bad economic data is no longer good news. And it looks like 10-year Treasury yields falling, well, it's not having a positive correlation, especially to small cap stocks. And 10-year Treasury yields over the past really couple of trading days have been plummeting, down from 4.62% down to 4.32% in just the last 3 or 4 trading days. Now here today for Tesla stock, as I have been expecting, you're really not getting a whole lot of anything. Tesla stock is down 0.3% today. You are struggling to get above that 20-day moving average, at least at the time of recording this video. You want to get above that. Not a big deal if we don't. I think we will continue to trade between really the 100-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. That is anywhere from 181 on the high side down to 172 on the low side heading into June 13th. So I think it's going to be volatile, but I don't think we're going to get much of a directional move up or down heading into June 13th. Shareholder vote. Now, the markets are only expecting an 8% move coming for Tesla by June 21st. And I think we're going to get a move that is much larger than that to the upside or to the downside. So I do think the options can be maybe a good opportunity. Potentially. I hate to say options can be a good opportunity because it's only trading and it is speculative and you can lose all your money if you trade options, and you definitely should not do that. But if you guys want to come trade with us live in real time, or at least see the trades that I am making in real time every time I make them, almost every single day, check out that link down below in the description of this video. Nonetheless, Tesla's RSI is neutral and Tesla's MACD is positive, but it's curling lower, so that's a short-term kind of negative signal. TLT is up 1.26% today. Oil is down another 0.5% today. That's fantastic. And the dollar, if we go ahead and refresh that chart, it never refreshes itself, is doing not really much of anything, but has been declining over the past couple of trading days now, alongside treasuries, which would normally be seen as a positive, which it really hasn't had a positive impact to our markets. So let me know what you think about all of this information down below in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.